So it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I have nothing better to do other than to contemplate survival and how to survive these days. It seems to be that is the only thing that I sit down and I think about, because life to me is very unfulfilling. Maybe that's just me, but I'm unhappy with life and where I see life in general, and just where everything's at. It's been a while since I guess, I had a moment where I decided that I felt like I should upload something onto this channel other than the last time, but I might do like I don't know, maybe like a podcast whenever I feel like it or something. I don't know. I might call it the Sit Rep. We'll see what happens with that. A lot of things have changed in my personal life that have, I won't get into the details of it, but a lot of things have changed. And I've had a lot of time, to try to basically, well, I've had a lot of time to contemplate a lot of things. And mainly just focusing on making a plan of action as to what I'm going to do moving forward. I don't know where any of you guys are in your lives and what your goals are, whatever it is, but I'm just speaking for me personally. So I've taken some time to, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be brutally honest with ourselves here, and let's take a real hard look at where we're at in life right now, and where things are going in the world and all this stuff. We have to be honest with ourselves, otherwise we're just kind of lying to ourselves. We've got this crap that's going on in the world right now. I noticed today that they're starting to open stuff up. I'm not buying it for 1 minute. They're going to shut it down again. They're all going to shut it down again. Trust me, they will. Probably near the autumn to fall time frame. And it's going to happen again, man. This is never going to end. Honestly, I really don't care about any of it, to tell you the truth. What I care about is what the result of it is going to be, as far as how it affects daily life. My life hasn't changed much. I go to work, and my schedule is in such a way that I can come in and work as much as I want, as long as I show up for when I'm supposed to be there, which is only 3 days out of the week. So I have a great schedule, and I can work to make up the time if I want to make more money. So as of lately, that's all I've been doing, is just working, making money, saving money, and making plans. I have absolutely zero faith in humanity's ability to pull itself out of its situation. Whatever that situation you might define of it as, humanity is fallen. The humans will do what the humans do, as they say, or as I say. They will continue to do the things that they do until either they realize that they don't have, or until they realize that things are in deep shit for them. Then that's when they start thinking outside of their, comforts. They're comfortable, People, when they're comfortable, they don't care about anything else. They don't think anything about anything else. But when that comfort is disrupted, then they start thinking about what to do about it, and they actually start getting serious and actually making plans that should have been made a long time ago. But what can you do, you know? I'm just thinking aloud right now. But let's take an honest look. We have to make plans for many things. We have to make plans for the fact that things are going to be way different from now on. And that is just how it is going to be. You can't trust anybody anymore from this point. I really don't think you can. I've waited several years since the inception of me coming to I guess a more philosophical or deep understanding of life and humans and stuff I've been through personally, and I've given it the benefit of the doubt. I got started. I started. I've always been a person to think more deeply into things, but it's been about 6 or 7 years since, for me personally, since I've taken the time to kind of really be more philosophical, I guess, and understanding things. And in the 6 to 7 years, I have never seen, and I knew it instinctively. In those 6 to 7 years, I have not seen a damn thing get any better. Really, honestly, get any better. I've seen things get so much worse in ways that are very subtle but very impactful. So that just makes me have the incentive even more to realize that we are all we have left as far as yourself. Your survival and how you decide to keep your sanity, and how you decide to move forward, is all you've got left. You've got yourself and the people that you care about. But moving forward, people are going to do what they're going to do. And that what they're going to do is what they're told they're going to do, and what they're going to do is be motivated by stupid nonsense. So when you realize that, what do you do? I mean, really, what do you truly do? I can only speak for myself and what I would do, and that is basically to lay low and disappear, because it's not worth it anymore to try to meander with the general public. It never has been, ever since I've kind of started realizing that, but I'm just saying, meandering with the general public is a pointless endeavor. It gets you nowhere other than disappointment and anger. Today I went to Walmart to pick up a few things just for my house, and the stuff that I needed, just little ends and odds here and there. And I walked out of the car, and I was walking up, and as I was getting out of the car, I saw this fucking person, man. This woman, black woman, and she looked like shit. I mean, she was overweight. Her hair was a mess. She was on her phone, and she was fat to the point where she had, when you see people where they're so overweight that they have to fucking swing their body from one side of the foot to the other, like they're walking like a penguin. I swear to God, this woman was doing that. And I'm not here to the thing is, I looked at this person and I just was repulsed. Because I see people like this everywhere I go now. as if this is anything new. It's nothing new. But I just looked at it, I guess it was just the whole combination of everything that's been going on in the world, my own personal opinions of things, how I've seen things degenerate. I looked at this person and I just said, man, we are so fucked. And not only that, but I realized how alone I was. How truly alone I was as an individual trying to survive a world full of idiots. And a world full of people in a society that is so far gone, me even making or talking about it is pointless. Other than for my own mental sanity, as to why I'm even bringing this stuff up. I have my own way of dealing with problems. I guess this is one of them, trying to figure out a way of trying to understand something that I already understand, which is what I see in front of me, which is hopelessness for a better situation. All that I have left is nostalgia of a better situation at that moment in time that I thought was a better situation. People that I thought were my friends are no longer there anymore. People that I thought would be loyal are no longer there anymore. You know, and that is very upsetting and disappointing and sad, because you have so little in this world as it is already. Truly, if you think about it, what do you have other, your materialistic goods are nothing. That shit comes and goes and you get bored of it and whatnot, but it's the relationships that you have with other humans that make you a human. And when that is gone, what do you have left but yourself? You have truly nothing left when you lose your sense of humanity. And I think that sense of humanity that you lose, or that you end up losing, you lose that when you lose other people that you thought were people that you could rely upon and that meant the things that they said they meant. When that is gone, what do you really have left other than yourself? And that's a hard burden to put on yourself at times, because you are expected now to take everything on your shoulders. Your own happiness, your own pursuits, your own success, everything is now weighing upon you. It's not like you can sit there and discuss this with others that are also going through the same thing. You can kind of figure it out, right? You know what I mean? But when all that's gone, now what do you got? And that happens all the time. That is what's so sad about this thing that we call life, and people, of the dysfunction of people, and me seeing that person walking up to Walmart to be a fucking, go buy what the hell, God knows what the hell, It's just sickening and it's sad. I don't know how else to say it. There's no words really for me to say it. It's just that undescribable of hopelessness, I guess. I guess in some ways there's freedom in hopelessness. Knowing that it's up to you to figure out how to make it all work. You don't have to worry about others. Your happiness is not dependent on others, but it's all up to you now. There's something freeing about it, and there's something very disturbing about it, knowing that if it fails, you fail ultimately. I'm glad I have a job in this fucked up shit, because with what's going on in this world, because it keeps me busy, it keeps me preoccupied, and I'm making money. But the times that I'm not working it gives me the downtime to think about, everything going on. And god damn it, there are so many fat people in this world. I swear to God, what the fuck is wrong with people? Honest to God, why, I don't understand why. I do understand, but I'm frustrated with the situation. Why the hell are people so ugly these days? I don't mean to be fucking crude, but it's how I feel right now. I'm just so sick of looking at ugliness and just dark shit all the time. But in a way, I enjoy it because it's reality. I like to live in reality, no matter how bad it is. I can't believe, I have the television on. I don't watch TV. I just keep it on for noise. It's my own way of dealing with comfort, I guess. It's a comforting thing, and it's all part of the Orwellian system, or whatever you want to call it. But they're still average. You know what? Can you believe that they're still selling a fucking Bowflex, except it's in a bike form now? It's hilarious. My mentality has changed so much about how I view things. It's almost like a limbo. I'm in a limbo. We're all in a limbo. We're in a limbo state of making a choice, and man, are we not doing so well at it. What choice are we going to make? What are we going to decide? I guarantee you people are not going to decide anything. They're just going to they're going to let either others make the decision for them, or whatever else. I am so disgusted with my fellow human beings. My mind is beyond the general public's, I don't even know how to describe it. Stupidity and meaningless dribble. I am just so tired of. I want something. When you come to the point in your life when you finally just detach yourself from, and you realize all the dribble, you just come to the realization that you can't go back. Where was I even getting with any of this? I just completely went off the rails here, but I guess that's usually how it goes. I'm documenting, I guess, the frustration of what it means to be living here at this moment in time, and realizing how just utterly insane everything really is, huh? So, what do we do, huh? I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a plan, and if you're going to make a plan, you have to stick with it. Ultimately, you can't deviate from it, and it has to be something that you stick with, and you can't ever go away from it. My plan is to disappear. Remain in public when I have to be, but disappear. You know what I'm saying? I want to be unremarkable. I want to be a ghost. And I don't mean in the way that they talk about it on YouTube, where these fucking people say, yo, I'm ghosting or any of this horse shit back from 5, 6, 7 years ago. I mean, I want to disappear. I want to be like a spy. I want to not exist. Because it's not worth wasting your time or investing your time in what is in this world right now, other than what you have to do to survive it. This is just the level that I'm at mentally and psychologically. I go to work, I make money, I buy stuff I want, and I disappear, and that's it. I go to work and I come home. There's no other reason why I should be doing anything else. At least for me personally. I enjoy my hobbies and the things I do in the comforts of my own control. People as in everybody that isn't, I guess, on the same wavelength that I am, is a waste of your time. As harsh as that might sound, it's the truth. I like to play my video games and escape from the world because I realize that there's nothing here that I see worth investing my time into anymore. This place that we call Earth. It's a waste of my time to... I see, I don't know, maybe it's just me getting older or whatever, maybe it's just looking at this stuff as long as I've been looking at it. When you're a observer of human life and the world that you live in beyond just the mundane garbage that the general public like to engage themselves with, you realize when you take a big step back and you look at the bigger picture of things, it's a waste of your time and it's not worth it. There's nothing worth investing your time into this place at all, other than maybe other than a higher power and your own survival. That's really all it comes down to. And that's such a, and the thing about it is when you try to engage yourself, when you step out of this world and go into their world, meaning the world's world, the general public, and you say and you talk about the mundane garbage that they like to talk about, you realize it's not worth investing anything into this kind of place. It's not. It's very frivolous. Yesterday I was taking the time to relive some childhood nostalgia, TV shows and movies, and it gave me a sense of what I thought the world could have been, or what I thought it was at the time when I was a kid. And I look at my life now, and I just think to myself how fucked we really are. You know what I mean? And I guess some people cope with it well. I cope with it, I feel pretty well. But I have my good days and I have my bad days. The other day, I as you guys know, I vape, and I got a crap ton of coils here, so I stocked up on everything because I'm at a point now where I don't even want to go to the store anymore. I just order everything online now. I just can't. I go to the store to go get groceries because I have to, because you go order groceries online at any of your local grocery stores, they don't even have half the shit that you ordered when you go online. So I have to go into the store to get food, but everything else I just ordered online. I just don't even want to see people anymore, I don't even want to see people anymore. They just disgust me and disappoint me. And I have to do this for myself. I have to isolate for myself to stay away from people. There's a limit to how far I'm willing to go when it comes down to interacting with the general public. It is what it is. So I order everything online. I ordered a crap ton of e-juices. I have enough coils here to last me probably for the rest of the year. I got like tons and tons of coils. Probably enough to last me the rest of the year. And you just go into stores now, aside from all this nonsense that's going on in the world. You go into stores, and the other day I went into the store, and I was talking to one of the people at the store about something, and the person didn't even know how to fucking speak properly, for fuck's sake. It was just like the words just kind of fell out of their mouths. They don't even know how to talk. People don't even know how to talk anymore. Literally, they don't even know how to speak. What the hell are you going to do at that point when you realize that people don't even know how to speak anymore? I mean, good God. What can you do, man? I mean, honestly, I'm being honest. What are you expected to do? I guess you deal with it? I don't know. I deal with it when I have to, but do you realize what I'm getting at here? The whole point of what I'm trying to say is you got to make a plan. If you're getting to the point where you start realizing how far gone people really are. Every day I realize how far gone people really are. 1 year ago I was saying how far gone people really are. Then the year before that, the year before that. But every day I see a new low. Every day I see a new low of how fucked the situation really is. And so it's a matter of making a plan and surviving. How are you going to survive psychologically? Not with stuff. I mean, how you survive as far as substances, food, water, shelter, and a means of self-defense and clothing and all that fun jazz. That stuff is materialistic. You do that by having money, and you do that by sitting down and thinking about how much you need and how are you going to allocate all those things. But what I'm talking about is, and I guess really what I've been trying to say is, how do you survive mentally and psychologically when you're in this kind of situation? Mentally and psychologically, how do you survive? Well, you cut yourself off. I mean, to an extent, that helps. For me, at least, it helps because you're not engaged in it. You're not. You get to control what you want to see, how much of it you want to see, how much of it you want to deal with. So that's up to you. That's your control, and you end up making the decision for yourself what you want to put in your mind. I take these days I take my own advice. I've taken advice from people, and I've heard what people have had to say, and they tell me things, and they say this and that, and ultimately I take my own advice now because there's very few people I actually listen to their advice, but those people I trust because they've proven themselves that they deserve trust. But how do you psychologically survive a world in a free fall state? That is the thing that I am curious about. That is the thing that I am planning. That is the thing that I'm working on a daily basis, is how do you survive psychologically? How do you live in that kind of world? And I have my own plans that I am making to do that, and have been making for years. It's just a matter of executing it. Which I think this year I'm going to pull some plugs on a lot of things, because it's getting to that point now where I just have to. So a lot of things are going to be changing. A lot of things are coming down the pipe here that I'm ready to do, because I think I've just finally realized just how this is really a matter of survival. There's no more giving people second chances. The people in my life that I give my time to have shown that they deserve my time, and that's not to sound like I'm, trying to be holier than thou or more important or whatever. But it's the fact that people have it's their actions. Actions always speak louder than words. It's what people end up doing in their lives, with friendships or relationships or whatever it may be, that show that they deserve your friendship or your attention or time. It's common sense, but people are so far removed from what that is now that we really are on our own here, guys. We are. Some people are handling it better than others. I'm handling it in my own way. But I don't know what else to say about it. You know, I'm in a very unique situation as far as how I see things. I guess in a way, just how I'm dealing with it is a unique situation for myself because it's something I've never really had to deal with. And you know, I guess when you're a kid and when you kind of look back on what life used to be like when you were a kid, and you remember a time where things could have been better or whatever, and you see things for what they used to be, and now you see things for what they are now. It really changes your perspective on things, I guess. I think that's all I have to say tonight. Um, I guess until next time, if I get around to this, I'll post something else. But I hope everybody has a good one.